Guys, what's going on? Welcome to the latest installment of Collecting at Midnight, your unfiltered, unscripted, uncensored, unedited look at the world of collecting through the lens. That's the lens of Serial at Midnight. Guys, we're gonna need a tight one on Heath, the host. Slowly zoom. I look emotional for my zoom. It's my Oscar clip. Guys, this is Collecting at Midnight. Those of you who are watching this on Patreon, you know what we're about to do. Those of you, I've started putting these like little free previews on the YouTube channel. My glasses are already sliding off my face, so off they go. Free previews on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this is just but a taste of what we do. This is probably going to run about an hour, maybe, I hope not more, but maybe. Listen, we get comments all the time, almost daily. Like, why don't you do collection tours? Well, we do. They're on Patreon. We've got about 10 hours worth of collection tours on Patreon. Why don't you do more commentaries? We do. They're on Patreon. We give away 2 to 3 videos every single week for everyone to watch on YouTube, but we don't give away everything. The best, the cream of the crop, you know, that's... We appreciate support in return for that. So thanks to all of our Patreon supporters who are watching this video. And if you're not a Patreon supporter, you guys, $5. You get all our videos, all that stuff, the collection tours. It's $5. Podcasts, commentaries. And for $7, we give you the whole Serial at Midnight world. That's like an extra value meal at Mickey D's, right? Or insert your fast food chain of choice. I mean, we've priced it so everyone can play. Moving on, we're going to get right into it. I don't even know where to start. We got some Blu-rays. We've got some book stuff. I think there's one book, some box sets. You know, let's start with the box sets. We'll start with, should I start? These are kind of a piece. I got the Fly collection from Scream Factory, and I've got the Critters. Get the Critters box set from Scream Factory. Both of these have recently come down in price. If you were lucky enough to get them, you know what? I want to start with the Fly. This is it's hard to find. That's what I'm going to say. So if you're watching Serial at Midnight's social media, Amazon recently dropped their price on this because they are price matching Walmart, who has this, this is going for like $60 to $70, and Walmart just put it up in certain stores for $39.96, I think it is. Here's the thing, though. Walmart's aren't really carrying this. I got this from Walmart. I did get it from Walmart. And some of the Patreon people that we, like in our secret Facebook group for Patreon supporters, they were talking about how like some people have found them in Walmarts, others have not. I was on the Walmart app, because I'm always looking for Ghostbusters and I'm looking for Masters of the Universe. By the way, I have a story about Masters of the Universe hunting that happened today. As I'm recording this video, it just happened. I just went to pick this up, store pickup. I was going to do quotes for store pickup, but something happened. Well, maybe we'll get into that later. It's a store story. But they had one in stock at this particular Walmart location. I ordered it through the app, and I just walked in and picked it up. I had to like talk to someone. I didn't just walk in and just like go grab it off the shelf. I had to go, pick it up. But in the app, this of all the Walmarts, there's like a Walmart on every corner, they're like Walgreens drugstores now, or CVS pharmacies, they're everywhere. And one store had one copy in like 250 miles. Whether that's accurate or not, that's a debate. But I was able to find one. I wasn't even going to get this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I had decided, like, I have the Vincent Price movies. I like those more. Like, hot take, if you're prepared for Heath controversy, like this guy with the hot takes. I'm not super into the Cronenberg movies. I respect them. I've seen them like years and years ago. Like, I don't know if I'd say I grew up with those movies, but like the Cronenberg Fly, Jeff Goldblum, where he's just like, the Brundle Fly, my fingernails are coming out. Like I grew up, like that movie's like 30 years in my rear view. Like I know that movie, but I like the Vincent Price ones way more. That's like at this point in my life, that's just what I'm more interested in. So I was just kind of gonna let it go because I have the Vincent Price movies, but I don't know, this is a really good deal, and I do want to send a message to Scream Factory. You see, it's still sealed. I haven't even opened it yet. I do want to send a message to Scream Factory that that like the audience will support, you know, certain things. I say that there's a Scream Factory, Shout Factory. I mean, Shout Factory is a sub-label of Scream Factory. No, strike that. Reverse it. Scream Factory is a sub-label of Shout Factory, so I kind of just include them all in the same thing because it's different departments, but it's all Shout Factory. So I do have some more thoughts on Scream Factory and Shout Factory coming later in this video. Some things that I'm not wild about, and I'm gonna talk about it, and it'll pop up here. You know, I don't know that the free YouTube preview is going to be around for that, but we'll talk about it in the future too. It's going to pop up in the next review palooza. But I think this is great. I think, you know, 5 movies, 5 Blu-rays, 5 films with hours of extras. Let's just see. We got new interviews with the 1986 remake producers Mel Brooks and Stuart Cornfield, writers Mick Garris, who, you know, I like Mick Garris. Critters 2. New audio commentaries, documentary. Like most of these special features are for the Cronenberg version, or the, you know, the remakes. Let's take this out of its shrink wrap, out of that plastic prison, and see. I'm hoping this comes away. It does. I like what you did there, Shout Factory. All right, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's very sturdy. Triple feature creature. What do you say? He passes the knock test. Is that what you say? It passes, like, if you can. It's thick cardboard. That's the bottom line. All right, let's go through these one by one. We got a lot of ground to cover. We gotta move on as fast as we can. All right, we have The Fly. Oh, I like that use of the original poster art. Do we have reversible? We do not have reversible, but we do have interior artwork. I'm already sweating. I got the door open. By the way, normally when I film these videos, I close the door because of cats. There's a litter box in here. I've left the door open and the air conditioner is on because I want to get some circulation, but I'm already sweating. And of course, the fringe benefit of open doors is that we may be visited by 3 spirits. Did I just move the camera? I think maybe. Oh, wait. I don't know if I did or not. We may be visited by 3 spirits. 3 cats, actually. We're like Scrooge was visited by 3 spirits. We may be visited by the cat of Christmas, past, present, and future. The cats. We will see. That's the OG ones, which I just told you are the ones that I'm the most interested in. And of course, Cronenberg. Did Cronenberg like even produce the second one? I guess he didn't. I don't see that he's related to the second, the Eric Stoltz one at all. Eric Stoltz, Daphne Zuniga, listen, great cast. Story by Mick Garris. Yeah, I don't think Cronenberg had anything to do with the second one. Yeah, the second sequel. But you know, all right, that's enough for that one, right? So do I put this? Well, here's the question: does this fit inside? It doesn't quite fit inside. All right. Problem for after we finish rolling. I also picked up this Critters box set from Scream Factory. I again wasn't planning on buying this, but the price went down to a price point that I was really comfortable picking up, and I was like, all right, let's do it, man. Let's do it. I did not think that I had seen any of the Critters movies, but upon watching Critters 1, I totally had. I had, in my mind, elements of Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Critters. I had confused them, which kind of makes sense, right? Because the Kyoto brothers, didn't they do Killer Clowns from Outer Space? A lot of the same people, a lot of the same personnel, special effects, the same approach. That can't be 50. Like, these movies are 80s movies, but they're throwbacks to 50s horror, like 50s monster movies. Like, there's a direct connection between Invasion of the Body Snatchers, It Came from Outer Space, to Critters. These are just the movies that generation grew up with through a silly, fun, it's kind of a Spielbergian filter. I think Spielberg was kind of a shadow that loomed over all of these movies. Not necessarily hands-on, but even in the special features. That's one of the things I'll say about these is that both of the first 2 movies have really detailed, like 1 hour plus documentaries about the making of those movies. And they do talk a little bit about how Spielberg was this giant, like the score. You want to try to have a score that sounds Spielbergian. And that's another thing that I'm going to say, is that like one of the reasons that I think we don't necessarily connect with modern movies, which I've heard, I say that a lot. I like a lot of modern movies, Ford v Ferrari, Ready or Not. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out still, but not enough of it. And I think one of the reasons that we have a disconnect is because there's no movie scores anymore. A score, like a strong, powerful orchestral score, it's all just tones and beeps and boops now. And the score itself brings humanity. This is Critters 1 through 4. Critters 5 is in here somewhere. We'll find it eventually. It's buried in this stack. You know what? I want to talk about this. This may or may not make the free preview. We're kind of on the cusp, What are we running, about 10 minutes? Yeah, I'll probably let this run until about 15 minutes. These are popping up at Big Lots. Multiple people, guys, yes, thank you so much. A lot of people have come to me and said, have you seen these at Big Lots? That's the Serial at Midnight network in full practice. That's when it works the best, when everybody's kind of just, hey, have you seen this? Yes, these CBS Paramount TV shows are popping up at Big Lots. And none of them, maybe with exceptions, but I don't think any of them are complete series sets. They are the individual bricks from complete series sets. So in the case of like, so there's like CSI, there's CSI Miami, I think there's NCIS is one of them. I'm not interested in any of those, to be honest with you. There's Laverne and Shirley, which I have the whole complete series of Laverne and Shirley. I don't know if that might not be visible. In fact, no, it's up there. I'm looking at it. Just that what you see behind you is on both sides. And there's Laverne and Shirley right up there on the top shelf. The package that's popping up at the Big Lots is one of the 2 bricks that make up that set, just like this, mini discs in a brick package. But I picked up Have Gun Will Travel, which I have the complete series of, for Papa Midnight, because Papa Midnight he loves Westerns. Papa Midnight, I need to find Rawhide for him. I've gotten a lot of reports that Rawhide is showing up, which I love. I have the complete series. I'm looking at that too. Clint Eastwood. The story of Rawhide, Clint Eastwood, it's paralleled in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with the Rick Dalton character, also Wanted Dead or Alive with Steve McQueen. But the guy on a Western TV show goes to Italy, makes spaghetti westerns, comes back and gets a second I was going to say like a second lease on his career, but of course with Clint Eastwood, that was just the beginning, and he's had like 5 or 6 leases on his career. But I'm looking for Rawhide for Papa Midnight, because God bless Papa Midnight. He's watching Rawhide on YouTube, on his HD TV, and I'm like, Dad, we got to get you those DVDs. Like, people deserve to be paid for, like, don't watch TV shows. Like, I guarantee you they're not official. It's some site that has put them up. He even mentioned, like, in some of them, like, they'll zoom in and then they'll zoom out and then they'll zoom in. And that's to avoid being busted that you're putting up pirated content onto YouTube. I'm like, Dad, we got to get these DVDs for you. So I have not found Rawhide for him yet. Did I say that the Rawhide set that I have, it's 3 of those? It's 3 of those big bricks. It's a ton of discs. Hawaii Five-0 is another. I don't think that's popping up there, but I think Hawaii Five-0 is actually 4. It's the biggest one I've ever seen. But I got him Have Gun Will Travel, and it's I think Have Gun Will Travel went 6 or 7 years. It's the first 4 seasons, so it's about half as well. So just know that going in, if you're looking for those big bricks at Big Lots, they are not complete series. Hopefully, like the back. I did see it's like Charmed seasons 5 through 8, so they are putting out multiple like front halves and back halves. Your mileage may vary, but I would prefer to just buy the whole series in one go. But it does seem like some of these are starting to go out of print. Like I noticed, I'm hearing reports that Mannix is showing up. I was going to buy Mannix for Papa Midnight. I have Mannix. I love Mannix. Mannix also pops up in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But Mannix is now apparently out of print. Hopefully it's between pressings and there'll be an opportunity to pick that up later. But just know that going in is they're not necessarily going to be complete series sets. Hogan's Heroes I saw there as well. I think that's just the first season. You can get the whole series of Hogan's Heroes for like 30 something bucks. I did, so I know it can be done. But just a pro tip, and this may be where we leave the free preview. So thanks for watching the free preview, guys. If you're watching this video on YouTube, catch the rest on Patreon. Come join us. We are legion. All right, bye guys.